Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the original Loretta Brown Show radio to open the heart, heal the soul, awaken the consciousness, and Mr. Benny Mathers, protect us from the flooding.
I know, right? Wow, where'd I go? Oh, you thought I went underwater, did you?
I
You
did.
thought I got
was
sucked back under there.
Whoa. I'm here for you. I'm here. Let me throw it.
We're still afloat out here in the Pacific Northwest. It was a shaky one for the last couple of days. So, and actually, our kudos to like all of the volunteers, Red Cross, everyone who's like going above and beyond to take care of those who are a little, unfortunately, in a worse position and have to evacuate. So, with that, we just want to give our best and hugs. And I know it's the holidays. And so let's just give back. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Big thank yous and kudos to everybody. And to everybody that's been affected or had to move out or move their animals, right? My cousins had to move their animals out. So good thanks to everybody that's helping out. Make sure that you do help people out, right?
I was mentioning before we started the show with our guest about how like Mother Nature hasn't been so kind to us. So maybe she should like turn it around a little bit. Maybe give her and Santa need to have a little chat and say, like, hey, let's just open up the arms a little bit more. Let's kind of like feel that love back. So hopefully they could work it out.
Yeah, I hope so too. My daughter lives on the Big Island, and of course the volcano's blowing, Paley. And she's always like, I asked her, I said, so how's Paley this morning? She goes, oh, she's in a bad mood.
Oh.
I said, well, maybe we need to calm her down too. Like, just put our hands down on Mother Earth and say, there, it's okay.
I'm always impressed on how, like, visiting like the area of the volcanoes, on how close you can get and like physically feel the heat. I don't know. Like, there's a limit to how far I want to push her.
I'm with you, to remember Mother Nature, right? She's pretty powerful and
lovely all in the same.
And lovely all at the same time. Like,
see what I did there?
Yeah, I did. I saw what you did there.
I want to have a good drive home too. I don't want to be mean.
Anyway, so we've got some more rain coming in, a little bit more flooding, and it's okay. We're just up here as we were saying before the show, we're here in Washington State. We're washing everything off. So that's how that goes.
Right.
And then, we've got a week till Christmas. And I hope everybody's getting all ready for it. Got your houses decorated. And I posted a funny meme on my Facebook page. I said, here it is. Like a week until Christmas, about the only thing I've got wrapped is myself in a blanket. So I hope everyone's doing a little better. Christmas on a Thursday is throwing some of us off a little bit with our timing, but it's all good. I think the most important thing is loving your families and loving on each other. So good things out to everybody. And then I am the owner of Reiki Oasis, located right here in the greater Seattle area for the last 30 years. You can find out more about me at ReikiOasis.com. And I have stuff coming up. Let's see, what is today? Saturday, which is December 20th, I have my monthly class for women, the Temple of the Divine Feminine. And it's going to be a wonderful celebration because we've got the winter solstice the day after that. And of course, we've got the holidays. And so we always have a great time in there. It is a 4-hour class. You can join me in person or via Zoom. Other things coming up on December 30th, which is a Tuesday night at 7:00 Pacific time. I have my end of the year ceremony, the prayer bundle, the despacho. It's an ancient Peruvian shamanic ceremony to release the energies of 2025. Goodbye. And welcome in the energies of 2026. So it's a very intentional ceremony, and it's probably one of the most popular things I do. It fills up very rapidly. My in-person seating only has room for about 16 people, and I'm almost full. So if you want to come in person, you're going to need to sign up like right now. And via Zoom, you can also join us via Zoom. So please do that. And then I have the last gong bath of the year will be Saturday, the last Saturday, which I think is the 27th. And that will be at 10 a.m. at Reiki Oasis. And you can come and bathe in some beautiful healing sounds. And then we also purposely send our sound out into our communities, into the earth, into all that is, because I do believe everything is based in frequency and color. And we just want to add our little bit to the new world we're stepping into. So with that astrology report, wow, what a profound week of alignment, ambition, endings, beginnings, spiritual electricity. This week, the cosmos is really speaking with a very clear voice to shift your energy, choose your future, and walk consciously into the next chapter of your life, which actually kind of is, this astrology report is going to segue into my wonderful guest, Michele Phillips. I'll introduce her in a minute, so just hang on. Earlier this week, Mars entered Capricorn. This is one of the strongest placements of the entire year. Mars, the planet of action, moving into Capricorn, the sign of mastery, discipline, and long-term goals. Personally, you may have felt a sudden surge of determination. Time to get it done. Projects that felt blocked began to move. You're ready to climb the mountain, not rushing, but you are ready now to build. Collectively and politically, the government systems, infrastructure, leadership, and long-term planning is coming into focus one way or the other. And Mars in Capricorn often correlates with major political decisions, budget restructures, and serious public discussions. Economically, markets are kind of up and down. They're trying to stabilize. The December 16th to the 17th, we had the Sun square Saturn. This is a reality check alignment. We are feeling the pressure of time, obligations, deadlines, and decisions. And circumstances may ask us to grow up, step up, or show up differently. So personally, the question is, why am I doing what I'm doing? And do I like doing what I'm doing? The universe is editing our priorities. It's a moment of truth. Friday, December 19th, we have a Sagittarius new moon. This is huge. We also have, I've been mentioning 3i Atlas because I'm fascinated with the energies of 3i Atlas. They're coming into both on Friday. The new moon is not only about beginnings, it's about clearing the old belief systems out that are limiting your destiny. Sagittarius is truth, expansion, philosophy. Sagittarius is the archer, right? The centaur with the bow and arrow shooting toward the target. And so the new moon says, you can't start the new chapter until you stop repeating the old story. Rats, dang it. I'm always getting caught in that. Old narratives are dissolving, new perspectives igniting, and families are realigning, spiritual awakenings accelerating. And then with 3i Atlas, because there's so much conjecture. What is it? What's going to happen? I'm just like, well, it's going to come, and it's going to come close to the earth. And a lot of people are feeling a lot of energy right now. Maybe it's 3i Atlas. Maybe it's the processing that we're all going through right now, preparation for 2026, heightened intuition, vivid dreams, emotional purging, time distortions. What day is it? Where are we? What planet are we on? So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I'm kind of like the roller coaster girl. I'm like, put your arms up in the air. Let's do it. Ah! Right? I know Michelle's going to be there with me. Absolutely know she's going to be there with me. And then, like I said, on Sunday, we have the winter solstice and the sun enters Capricorn. And it's a magical turning point of the year. The solstice is the moment that the sun stands still, a cosmic pause. A breath between cycles. Don't we need that? It's the shortest day of the year. It's the day when we shift to longer days. We have the battle between the Holly King and the Ivy King. One of them's going to win and step forward, and the days are going to become longer. Spiritually, the veil is very thin on the solstice. The earth grid will feel more accessible. And personally, we get to ask, who am I becoming as I enter the next season of my life? Economically and political, the solstice chart influences the next 3 months. So the first quarter of next year. Capricorn energy emphasizes leadership shifts, financial restructuring, and practical solutions. And then next week on Christmas Eve, just before Christmas, I'll give this to you now because, you know, I'm going to be spending Christmas with my family. But we have something lovely. Venus, the lovely planet of love, enters Capricorn. Love becomes practical, grounded, committed, and goal-oriented. And this is not fantastical thinking love. This is real love. This is the real deal. You may ask, is this relationship supporting me and my future? Does it align with my values? Do I align with their values? Is it sustainable? And so it's an excellent transit for looking at our relationships, possibly bringing in more love, maybe some adjustments. And it's also excellent for money and business. And as we're heading into that new year, it's like, wow, maybe it's time to sit down and kind of think about bringing those dreams to reality, bringing them right in. So the energetic messages of our cosmic alignment: are you living in alignment or obligation? Are you choosing your energy or leaking it? And are you ready to step into your next chapter with clarity and intention? Wow, the stars, Michele, the stars are lining up for you. You know, it's kind of crazy. So today we're going to talk about something that every human being longs for, seeks, wrestles with, and forgets that they have the power to generate. That is happiness. My guest, Michele Phillips, is a happiness expert, a leadership mentor, a master of energy awareness, and one of those rare souls who blends neuroscience, emotional intelligence, and spirituality into something beautifully usable. She is the president of Key Performance and the best-selling author of Happiness is a Habit, a book that still ranks high on the Amazon, even though it's been out for a decade. And she's got a brand new book, Energize Your Happiness. Energize Your Happiness, tap into your personal energy and shape your destiny, which is inviting people to reclaim the truth that they have the power. Michele, they have the power to direct their emotional energy, align their lives, and shape their destiny. Michele works with Fortune 500 companies, visionary leaders, creators, everyday people who want to reclaim their joy, rewrite their outcomes, and live in alignment with their energy. And now she is blessing us on the original Loretta Brown Show. Welcome to the show, Michele.
Oh my
Thanks.
goodness. Hello. I'm already energetically vibing just from listening to you, and I want to move to Seattle and participate in all your fabulous things.
Oh, please do. Please just come on out. I was so excited reading that. I got kind of thrown off to the side a little bit. I was like, wow, the stars really are in alignment with you today. And I'm really glad you're here. I would like you to talk about yourself a little bit. And I got a question. When was the very first moment that you felt your energy coming alive, or you really felt that connection with energy?
Well, first of all, I'm just so honored and thrilled to be here with you. You are like the queen of all things consciousness,
Thank
and
you.
I'm delighted. Um, I know from an early age, I always was told I had too much energy. You talk too fast, you move too fast, slow down, lower your voice. And I had all this energy and I didn't know how to manage it. So I was told I'm too happy. I had a woman in my early 20s tell me to take my pom poms and go someplace else. So not knowing how to manage it, I stuffed it. But I had all this good energy, but then I also had dark energy. I was when things didn't go my way, I would yell and scream and throw things. And I would tell myself I was being healthy. And I learned, not until my 30s, I'm embarrassed to say, that this energy is beautiful. And if I learn to manage it, it almost feels like harnessing the wind. And all of us have energy, but we often misplace it on complaining and worry and the doom and gloom report and all those things we can't control. The weather, unfortunately, you were talking about. So it's really about, for me, putting my energy on things I control. And when I do that, I can center myself and be an influential force in the world. But everybody, you know, that everybody has this same opportunity.
I love what you said. So focus your energy, I think you said, on what you control.
Yeah.
Wow, I want to know more about that, because everybody comes to me and they're like, Loretta, I'm so out of control. The world's out of control. Everything's out of control. My boss is out of control, right? So I want you to just talk more about that, right? Like, number one, when you talk about energy, what do you mean by that? I'm an energy worker. I have my own ideas about energy, but jump in there. And also, like I said, it's kind of a big question, but I know it's a good conversation. How do we do that?
Yeah, so there's so many ways we could go here, but and yeah, there is so many different types of energy. The type of energy I focus on the most is our emotional energy.
Okay.
So we are emoting. You could walk into a room and know, oh, it's tense in there. Or you can meet someone and like I just meet you and I love you already, right? We just fall in love because our energy is so beautiful. So we're always, vibrating this energy, and the control part is there's the big world out there, which I can't stand on the freeway and tell people how to drive, but I can decide that I'm going to be okay no matter how other people drive when I am in alignment. So to me, our beliefs, thoughts, emotions lead to our actions. And if I can align my head, my heart, and my gut, then I'm very powerful and aligned, and the world doesn't knock me over as much. Doesn't mean I like and approve of everything that's going on outside in the world, but I have more control and peace. And I think when I really deepen this, you've been doing this a long time, like I have,
Yeah.
in this field for so long. When, we were forced to stay in our homes, during what I called our sacred isolation, I decided, oh my gosh, I could watch the doom and gloom headlines all day long and worry, or I can take control, focus on what I control. I control how often I watch the news. I control whether I wash my hands, if I want the vaccine or don't want it, if I wear a mask or don't. And once I focus on what I controlled, it was peaceful inside. And that's what I want people to know.
Yeah, because a lot of people end up in this struggle, like it's constant struggle with, I don't like what's going on out there, or that is disrupting my inner sense of self, right? Which, shows up, well, it shows up in relationships, it shows up in the places that people work, right? Like I know you work with leaders a lot, but this idea that we can hold our space would be a way I would say it. So tell us how you help people do that kind of a thing.
Yeah. So my first book was all about the habits, the research on positive psychology and happy people. And first of all, it wasn't until 1998 that we even started researching happiness, which I find crazy. So Dr. Martin Seligman out of the University of Pennsylvania in 1998 said, what research do we have on positive, happy people? They had zero. We had spent decades, lifetimes studying maladies, depression, anxiety, and we spent no time studying what happy people do. And when they dug into the research, they found that happier people did not maybe have less problems, but they had better coping skills. So my first book was grounded in your habits, which require no energy, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And then, well, again, research, this is all research backed. When you do things for yourself on a regular basis in those areas, you feel better. Then, as I was going into the craziness that we're living now, my book came out in 2013, and I feel like that's when the political divide, the everything, violence, everything started blowing up. And I want peace, love, and happiness. So I was trying to change the world and speak up, but I realized I was out of alignment. When I take action from a place of anger, distrust, overwhelm, I'm not very powerful. So when I found myself exhausted, I said, oh my gosh, Michele, go back to the fundamentals. What are your thinking habits? What are your spiritual habits? What are your physical habits, emotional habits? And when I found my grounding, then I'm influential. So instead of trying to fix outside, it's that, and again, I know I'm speaking to the choir, your audience has been doing this for years, but it's whenever you find yourself in that state of overwhelm, It's going inside versus trying to fix outside.
Oh, I love what you say so much, because I say that to people all the time. People are always looking outside themselves, and they're always saying things such as, well, if that was just different, or if that person would just blah, blah, right? Then I would be happy, or I would be peaceful. And so shifting that to an internal game, basically, or internal consciousness. You said something also that I think is real important. You said, when I'm grounded.
So
What grounds
energy,
us? Yeah,
so
what
think of
grounds us?
energy. If you
Yeah.
think of yourself as an energetic being, and
Uh-huh.
a positive psychologist would call it the flow state, but an athlete will call it the zone. So an athlete, and we all understand this, I think, an athlete
Yeah.
in the zone is mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally tuned in. They're connected. They are just in that moment so powerfully. And what I want to teach people is how to get into that grounded moment without something shifting outside you. So again, our focus, most people think success or think happiness comes after success.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal is to have you learn to be happy where you are. And when you could create some habits mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, you're happy where you are, you're in that present moment. And that's when you're energetically aligned. And so people dancing, I always say, if you've ever, been on the dance floor, there's no purpose of dancing. You're just in this beautiful space of energy. It could be meditation. It could be exercise, listening to beautiful music, taking a walk in the woods. Most of us know that connection, but we don't know how to get there on a regular basis. So you could get there while walking in the woods, but you could also get there while typing an email. So learning to connect to this beautiful energy on a regular basis helps you feel happier.
So when you are, going into, because you work with groups of people, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're going into a company, and you're there with, I don't know, I'm guessing a team or something, I'm making something up here.
Yep.
How do you, because I'm very aware of, like, you're stepping into a certain energy, and people have certain, what I call energetic patterns. How do you deal with those energetic patterns and bring people into some sort of cohesiveness?
Oh, I love this question so much. First of all, I always just say I look for the believers. Not everybody is going to want to hear my message, and that's okay. I don't judge. I feel like this beautiful vessel. And when I go into, I'm in, organizations. So sometimes they're there because they're not, oh, I signed up for this beautiful, sound bath. They're there because they have to be.
Exactly.
So,
they're like, oh, great.
Who's this lady and what does she want with us? So my first step is to decide that I love them before I even go in. So years ago, I remember I had to teach a class on bullying at a corporation, a factory. This is many years ago, but I remember the HR director coming to me and telling me all these things that people were doing to each other. And I was like, these people are horrible. I just didn't like them. I was angry at them before I even got in there. And I said, Michele, you cannot walk into that room like that. So that night I had to write, people that are acting out are hurting inside. And, who are these beautiful souls? I had to decide to love them. I literally journaled about them that night before because I had to get my energy in the space. And then when I walk in the room, if I can, sometimes the groups are big, but I walk around and I make eye contact with as many people as possible. I want people to know I see you. I love you. I'm not judging you. I'm here to help. So I almost consciously put my energy out. I start to deliver the message, and you see the shift in the energy in the room. People go, oh, she's not here to make us do anything. She's here to help us. She's here to share. And even sometimes people come into a class, a corporate room, they go, as soon as they walk in, they go, what time's this over? And then that person, when they hear me talk, they then raise their hand and go, oh, there's a book I want. Then they try to make up for their rude comment.
Right.
So I really want to open as many hearts and minds as possible. Not everybody is ready, but most people will see I'm not there in a defense or I'm there to love and help.
Well, I'm hearing you say something. I'll put it in my own language, that we have a tendency in our world to dehumanize people. And especially this divisiveness that's going on our planet, to me, is incredibly painful and hurtful because it is dehumanizing. And you going around and saying hi to people brings it into, oh, you're a person and I'm a person, right? And I think this is super important and really age of Aquarian stuff, but super important. It's interesting. Like I said before the show, I really pay attention to synchronicities. So yesterday morning, I think it was yesterday morning, I was looking at some little TikTok thing or some little short YouTube thing, whatever those things are called, shorts, I think, about a principal from an elementary school who they had noticed on camera that he was coming in early before school, and he was going up and down the halls and he was greeting all the kids, right? And being very sensitive to, do you want to say hi? Do you want to, high five? What do you want to do? And they noticed that as he did that, he began to change the entire temperature of the school, and that they did some sort of research or something with the kids later, where the kids all, their personalities changed, the bullying stopped. They began to respond more. They looked forward to going to school. And all of them said that they felt like they had an adult that they could trust.
Oh my
that
gosh,
they
I
felt
love
safe
this.
with.
I love it so much because one
Yeah.
person has so much influence.
Mm-hmm.
We think, oh, I'm just one person, but no, look what that one man did. So every single person listening to us,
Yeah.
It's as easy as, when someone said to me yesterday, when they're putting the cart back at the supermarket, say, oh, I'll take that back for you. I mean, it could be these little tiny things that set off the sparks. That is the most beautiful story. And I will be sharing that.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad to hear that. But it's important. And like you said, like in the work that you're doing, people are like, oh, when is this over? I've got things to do. I've got 85, to do things in my head. And I don't have time for this, right? I don't have time for this.
And that's what I want to teach with Energize Your Happiness, because it's not just about managing your time. It's about managing your energy. Most people are exhausted at the end of the day, not because they're lifting bricks all day long, because they didn't manage their emotions. And when you don't manage your emotions and you stuff them and ignore them and endure them and spread them and all these compete, I'm sadder than you, I have a worse life than you. It's draining on your body. But the minute you notice that twist in your gut and you go, oh, what just happened? And you take that pause and you go, oh, I got an email, all caps, and it made me feel bad. Okay, well, is it the end of the world? No. So when you notice it, process the emotion, it doesn't weigh on you versus letting all these emotions build until the end of the day when you're mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted.
I was thinking how that fits into, something I was saying earlier about take a pause, like the winter solstice, right? Like, it's like, could we just stop for a moment and could we just catch our breath and could we be here? Could we be present and just do that, right? Just do that.
I think that's so important. And something I've learned recently is, I'm addicted to my technology at a certain level. We all
Yeah,
are.
me too.
And, admitting it is the first step.
I want Rosie the robot to come clean my house. I'm ready.
Me too, right? But realizing that computers don't take breaks, they're not human. And the more we use them, the more they encourage us to use them. Oh, you got so many likes, post another video. But humans work on when I'm tired, I need to rest. When I'm hungry, I need to eat. I need to be. Can we be in this beautiful solstice? My husband's birthday is Friday, so I love what you wrote. The new moon, he's a Sag, and the 3-eye atlas. So
he might just take off. I don't know. I'm like, here's me. Beam me up.
Yeah. So I'm excited to share that with him.
A bad rest area. Let's go.
Anyway, and I like what you said about it's the new moon, so you need to. And my whole thing is writing a new outcome, so you energize your happiness. So I'm going to ask him what his new outcome will be.
It's absolutely it's powerful stuff. So Michele Phillips' new book, Energize Your Happiness. We're going to take a little station break. And you might as well just go get it right now.
Yes,
just get it,
please.
and get the other one too, right? The one that's kind of an icon book is what I call it. And we're having such a great time. Please don't go away. When we come back, I'm going to ask Michele about what does she mean by write your outcome, and we'll step right back into it when we get back. Loretta Brown, we'll be right back.
Cool. All clear, ladies.
Do you have something important to say? Want to help improve our world? Need to promote your business uniquely and effectively? KKNW is the answer. Our staff helps broadcasters and podcasters create professional sounding audio. Bring your talent and let our experts help you craft a radio show or podcast that best delivers your message. Learn more at 1150kknw.com. That's 1150kknw.com. KKNW, variety talk radio that's live and local.
Energy is powerful. It's all around us, mysterious, full of potential. Directing positive, healing energy to raise your vibrational rate through Reiki can change your life. Reiki master Loretta Brown has relieved stress, sadness, anger, and even helped clients lose weight, stop smoking, and end sleep disorders. Worldwide, people have sought out Reiki Oasis. If you want help with your dis-ease, visit ReikiOasis.com. Harness life's energy. Visit ReikiOasis.com today.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey,
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Alternative Talk 1150. It's good for what ails you. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA.
To help them.
Y'all ready to come back in? All right, stand by.
Woohoo! Yeah, we got the power. I love that. Welcome back to the original Loretta Brown show. And yeah, I'm the original Loretta Brown. I am. It's me. And my guest today is Michele Phillips, author of Energize Your Happiness. And just a reminder, these shows are archived. You can download them for free at the KKNW 1150 AM archives for the original Loretta Brown show. And of course, we're everywhere. We're on YouTube, X, Megaphone, iTunes, Podcast One, Spotify. I probably left something out, but you get the idea. And please go and find my previous shows. I have many, many excellent people. I have the best job in the world and the most amazing people on the show. And every show is really designed to help you in some manner, lift you up, and maybe even have you, go get a book to read. What an idea, right? What an idea. Michele, you are talking about, happiness and emotions and things like that, but you have something that you call write your outcome. What is write your outcome? Why do we want to do it? Or do we?
Yeah. So many years ago, full circle moment for me. In 1997, I studied with Jack Canfield, who taught me about outcomes. And it's a little of Stephen Covey, right? Begin with the end in mind. I put my own flair to it. And I love to journal. So I'm about writing. So when you're writing, you are really engaging all your senses, 4 out of 5, because you're kinesthetically writing, you're saying it to yourself. So you're hearing, seeing, and you're slowing your brain down. And when you write the outcome you want, again, your energy starts to line up. And the other thing I kind of tack on to write your outcome is I use the example of setting the table. it's the holidays, and a lot of people, well, we're recording this during the holidays, we're on live, right? So it's the holidays, and most people are going to set their table at some point, or you're going to go to someone's house where they set the table. And when you're expecting guests in your home, you put out the nice china, you might get some flowers. The preparation is preparing you for a good time before it actually happens. Writing your outcome is the same. When you're writing the outcomes you want in your life, you're almost paving the energy ahead of time. So to have a good day, to have a nice event. So I ask people, what's the outcome you want? It could be the outcome for a goal that's going to take a year. It could be the outcome you want for your drive to the stationery store.
Yeah.
You write your outcome every minute of every day. I want a pleasant drive. I want to handle what comes my way. And then you start to realize that you are the creator of your good feelings. And that's the connection I want people to make.
Well, I'm giggling because, like I said, there are these weird synchronicities. So I'm working on something, right? Always working on 85 things. That's the way we do. And I was meditating with my guides and angels, and I heard my guide say, write your way out of it. And so then I'm reading your book, and it's like, write your outcome, write your way out of it. And it's really rang a bell with me. It's not like I've never done it before, but I like the way that you've put it that way. So, and it kind of ties into with that conversation I was having with one of my clients yesterday. And, people are always asking about manifestation. How do I manifest? And, I got my vision board, and I'm doing it and I'm feeling it. And where's the money? Show me the money, right? And I was thinking to myself, we always talk about manifesting, but I said to her, you have to choose. She goes, what do you mean? And I go, well, you're always saying, well, I want to manifest this thing, but just choose it. I choose it, right?
Yeah, there's so many ways. I'm sorry, there's a question.
Yeah,
there?
no, go ahead. No, I want you to comment.
There's so many ways to do this, but for me, again, writing has been the best tool I've ever used. I guarantee to everyone, you cannot, what did they say? Write your answer, or what your guide said to you. Write your way out of the problem. Every time I'm stuck and I take a pen to paper, not, if you like computer, go for it, but there's something about pen to paper. I promise you, you cannot write for an extended period of time without having an aha moment, gaining clarity, or finding the answer you were looking for.
Yeah.
It is so powerful. So and sometimes when I go back to my journals and I look and I go, oh my God, I wrote this and it happened. I wrote it and it works. So again, I'm not here. I always say to people, try it on for 30 days and you be the judge. When you want the money, let's write the outcome. I just want to be happy. I just want to be content. I want to be satisfied with where I am, knowing that everything is going to be taken care of me in the future. So writing the outcome is also about feeling it. If you don't feel it, it's that disconnect. But when I say, I just want to be really content where I am today, and then, a little more money would be nice. I wouldn't turn that down. But you start to go up the emotional scale really slowly versus making the big leap to, I don't have enough money, to I have more than I need. But let's just, go slowly and celebrate every small step that will get you where you're going.
Yeah. You're talking about emotions and energy, right? And I like that idea of the scale. Like, you're way down here, you can't really go all the way to the top. You could maybe feel a little better.
Yes, exactly. Can I say more about that?
Yes, please.
Yeah, because this is what really excites me. So if you think of emotions as energy, someone who's depressed has no energy. They have so little energy, they can't even get themselves out of bed to get their clothes on and get dressed for the day.
Yeah.
They're just, and if you think of the top emotions of love and joy and exuberance, and you got the power, like we were singing before, that's like such a light, fun energy. And people want to jump from the low to the high. And we can't make that big leap. So we drink, drug, shop, internet. We want that quick dopamine hit. But what I want to teach, and what you're saying, Loretta, is one little step up. What makes you feel a little bit better? And this is thought energy. When I can make myself, you know what? I got myself out of bed today. I'm still angry, but at least I got myself out of bed. Anger has a little more energy than depression. So I'm moving up the scale. Then it's like, I'm just so tired of being angry at myself. Okay, tired has a little less. So you just start to feel that energy release in your body. One little, I always call it the emotional ladder, like you're climbing a ladder really slowly. But what happens is over time, you get better at it. So when I dip into a low emotion, I might not be able to get myself out of it right away, but I know I have the skill and I know it's temporary. And that gives me great relief.
I actually think what you're saying needs to be said, and I think it's very encouraging because there are a lot of people who are, they're flat on their back. They're like, I don't have any energy. I can't do it. And I think a lot of it is because they have this idea that I want to be happy and I'm way down here. And so since I can't be happy, forget about it. I'm just going to lay here.
Exactly. Yes.
All right.
One little step at a time.
One little step at a time. You said something earlier in the show. I actually jotted it down. You said habits take no energy or something like that. Could you please tell us what?
Yeah, I love this. So if you think of any habits, we always think of bad habits, but they're things we do without thinking. But good habits are just as addictive. I have not missed a gym. I've been going to the gym for, I don't even know how old I am, 30 years now, more than that. And it's become something I do without thinking because I know the benefit. So what I want people to do is start so small. Everyone listening right now, what's one little thing you could do? It could be so small as I'm reading 2 pages of a book, or I'm eating an apple. I used in my first book the example. I'm going to eat apples for the next 90 days. Once you do something so simple for 90 days, it becomes automatic. You don't think about it. And now you add another habit. I'm going to tune into Loretta, the original Loretta Brown every day. That's now I'm eating apples and I'm tuning into this fabulous show that makes me feel better. Now I'm eating apples. I'm tuning into the original Loretta Brown and I'm reading 2 pages of a book. If everybody listening, if all you did was do one small little thing, that's something so small you can't fail, every 90 days in 5 years, you would have accumulated 20 powerful, positive habits leading you in the direction you want to go versus the direction you don't want to go.
So what would you say to someone who is a, quote, procrastinator, a professional avoider?
Yeah. So again, there's this fun word in the English language. Are you talking about yourself or someone else?
No, of course not.
So, I will procrastinate certain things too, but there's a word in the English language that we don't use. It's called eustress. I don't even know if I'm saying it right because we don't use it. It's EUSTRESS. Look it up. And it really is a healthy stress. So it's like, I'm preparing for this marathon or I have to give a presentation. So it's a little bit of excited stress. It's like, I got a little tingly feeling, but I'm feeling good about it. So if you're procrastinating and you're in the healthy stress, you're good. But if you're wearing yourself out,
right,
that's not good. And there's another saying I say to myself, I say, busy women are boring, because when I say that, it like punches me in the gut. Because I don't want to be a boring woman. I want to be a purposeful woman. So if I could take purposeful steps, and for procrastination, it's the breaking it down, right? Here's what I need to do. What's the first little step? Then the next little step. And how does that look on my calendar? And when can I fit it in? So many tips and tools around that. But I think we all want that overnight bullet, right? We want our furniture, no money down. We want the dollar in the dream. We want, and that's not reality. So it's like, I'm taking a step in the direction I want to go. That's all.
Yeah. I think it's good to remind yourself of that too. But anyway,
yes.
busy women are boring is my new $1 million t-shirt. I will give you credit for that.
We'll take it.
Yeah, it's true. What are you doing? I'm busy.
Yeah. Well, I say life is full, fast, and fun. I've changed my response.
Oh, full, fast, and fun. I'm gonna write that down too. I like that too. What are some of the energy rules that you've got?
Yeah. The number one rule is energy is at your service.
Mm-hmm.
Einstein said it best: energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transmuted. So think of yourself in the morning as having this big, beautiful energy. And what are you going to do with it? You get to focus it. Are you going to focus it on what you want and where you're going, or waste it on complaining and worry and things you don't control? So the little bit, every little bit of energy, you can focus on what you want. And for me, that starts with gratitude in the morning, meditation, reading something that inspires, motivates, or uplifts me, or listening to a beautiful podcast like this or a live show that sets my energy tone so that the energy I go out in the world with is already beautiful versus the frenetic. I just got up, ran around like a crazy person and sat in traffic, and now I'm in a bad mood.
So many people do that though. And a lot of people are on social media last thing at night and first thing in the morning. Somebody was telling me that they actually pretty much sleep with their phone, right? Like she falls asleep and wakes up, it's on her chest and some podcast is going. And I'm like, okay. So I can hear in what you say that there is it's a repeating, I'm going to use the word discipline, or habit is probably a better word, but it's these things you do, and you do them consistently to take charge of your mood or your direction or something like that, right? Like
everything. You gave such a good example about the phone. No phones or TVs in my bedroom, right? They're not even allowed in. So, because it's just bad energy. It's just, I don't want to be disrupted. And my husband, sometimes he leaves the phone and it dings. I'm like, get your phone out of the bedroom. But it's like thinking about your energy and thinking about your phones. Just because something's popular does not mean it's good for you. So I want people to think about, how does this make me feel? Now, I will be the first one to tell you, if I can't sleep, I'll put on a sleep meditation, I'll bring my phone in, but that's not every night. So there's places for these things. But if you're watching something or doing something, how does it make you feel? I am a grown woman, and it'll take me, I always tease, I could be on social media for less than 5 minutes and start to feel bad about myself. Now, I got to notice that, Michele, this isn't good for you. This isn't making me feel good about my life. Or I'm making stuff up. I'm seeing somebody did something fabulous and I'm a little jealous. So Michele, get your ducks in order and do what you need to do. So it's about processing what's making you feel good. Again, watching the news. What people were watching, what were they watching? They were watching Pandemic during the pandemic on Netflix. I'm like, I have no sympathy for you if you're doing that. Pay attention to what you're taking in, how it makes you feel. And if it makes you feel bad, don't do it. Stop.
I'm sorry, but that's funny. That is actually, I think it's funny, right? It's like watching zombies, and the zombies are outside. It's like, well, let's be careful. I know that you have worked in this field for, I think, 25 years or so, right? During that time, and it's really a question from me to you, because we're both long-term workers in our fields. What have you noticed as far as, I'm going to use the word energetic, in the energy of leaderships, and what direction do you think that we're going now as we move into 2026? And I'm specifically talking about maybe spiritual intelligence, or a higher consciousness or even a more well-rounded way of being. And embedded in that question is these ideas of overworking, overachieving, burnout. I live in a techie world out here in Seattle, and like you said, the computer never sleeps, and apparently these companies think that you should never sleep either. So that was a big bunch of jumble, but I know that you can grab something out of that and say something about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's start with the word wisdom. I love that, it's wisdom, and things are, when you say, oh, that quote is, that's an old quote, or it's, what's the word? I lost it, but it'll come back to me. I heard a quote the other day. It said, less Superman, more Yoda. And wisdom, we have a lot of information, we have a lot of knowledge, but a lot of people aren't tapping into their own intuition. They're not listening to their own inner wisdom. And that's where the leadership is at this precipice now, because when you cannot innovate and strategize when your fight and flight is on and you're running frenetic. So true leaders, to me, run on alignment, not adrenaline. Now, I work with a lot of high performers, and what happens with high performers is, unfortunately, we normalize crazy. We normalize, that this is normal, and it is not normal. So it takes making a stand to not be one of the, chickens running with their head cut off, and to be a steady leader, to gather your own energy while you make decisions, full body decisions that are wise because they come from your inner intuition, inner self. I always say I have one foot in the spiritual world of metaphysics and spirituality, the other foot in the corporate world. And what I love is they are coming together. And the more I talk about it openly, the more people go, oh, I get it. I didn't trust my gut, or I didn't listen to my intuition. So the more people can trust yourself, trust your inner wisdom, the better off we'll all be.
Oh, I loved it when you said full body decisions.
Yeah.
Full body decisions. Wow, that is so it, Michele, because I am a firm believer that our left and right brains need to figure out how to, let's work together here, kids. Come on here. And I'm a very right brain person. So, when a left brain person's in the room, I'm like, oh, I love you so much. my accountant, oh my goodness, there's numbers in the room. Right.
Yes.
And, but I love this idea of full body for us to tap into that intuition, because for me, it is a full body decision. Yeah. When I know something is right, it's just right.
Yeah, and our left and right brain, we've unfortunately, I always consider myself a very right brain person, but yet my left brain runs me because that's the world we live in.
Yes.
So my left brain is getting stuff done and it's protecting me, getting stuff done and protecting me. And I have to remind myself, oh my God, joy, love, play, wisdom, let's go over to this other side of the brain more often, or else I'll get sucked into the getting things done and protecting myself.
Well, and also because we're on a time of such transition on this planet, and a lot of people talking about the rising of the divine feminine and the balancing the healing of the divine masculine. These are ways we can talk about it, like it's just different languages for the same thing. But when I think of the future, and especially when I was reading your book, Energize Your Happiness, and bringing in this different type of energy in a different way, I'm always saying to myself, if we had energy conscious leaders running our country and our world. Michele, can you expand your business, please, and go to the leaders of the leaders?
Yeah, it is energy, consciousness. And it is, again, and that's what I think I do in corporations really well, is I bridge those and I give people permission. Again, we have pushed our corporate people so into the left side of their brain that they feel like, oh, I don't want to be woo-woo, or I don't want to, and I'm like, no. This is your whole brain we are talking about. And when I say I want you to connect your head to your heart, to your gut, they go, oh, okay. So before you make a decision, it's not just about what you think. How does it feel? Because on paper, it sounds good. And this is what everybody wants you to do, or this is what the program said you should do, but you feel, no, this is not what, how many times have corporations done layoffs in the most horrible way and send people emails to go home? And I'm like, better. We know better. But it really takes some strong leaders to step up to that, and to, and that's why I love when I go into these corporations. I'm one woman, but I always say I work with the believers. There are beautiful souls in every corporation that get this. That know, and they might not be good at it, but they bring me in because they're like, oh, I'm on the strategy, you help the people. So when a leader gets it and is able to, encompass this, it makes such a difference. It's like the principal in the school. It changes everything. So I don't want to give up hope. I want to think, yes, we are evolving. Sometimes the loud voices get the most airplay, unfortunately. But there are so many people out there I work with that really get it and are making a difference. They're just not making the headlines.
Yeah, that's very hopeful. So we're down to, believe it or not, like the last minute. Tell us where to find you, where to find your book, and a final message for everybody out there.
Yeah, thank you. You can find it at energizeyourhappiness.com. It is on Amazon. It is on lulu.com. You can follow me at Energize with Michele on Instagram, which is my brand new Instagram page. And again, the biggest message is energy is at your service. You mold it, you focus it, and you choose it, and you have every right to feel happy and to manifest what you want.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Michele Phillips. What a great joy to have you on the flow, in the flow on my show. Yeah, that was a Freudian slip, wasn't it? And everybody, enjoy the new moon in Sagittarius. Enjoy the winter solstice, and hey, like there's a winter solstice and then there's a summer solstice. And so I'm just saying that the days are going to get longer, and hope is here. Merry Christmas to those that celebrate Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to all those other people, and happy Boxing Day. And I'm sure I forgot something, and I'll see everybody soon. And Betty Mathers, you are the best. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.